Tulsi, you came from the other side, and there are so many lies about Donald Trump, not just politically, but who he is as a person. So now that you've gotten to know him personally, what's the greatest misconception that you saw from the media that you know is just simply not true now?
I mean, you've heard these incredible stories, you know, that they like to say, well, Donald Trump is only for Donald Trump. But that was one of the first things that I experienced when I was starting to go and to work with him just over these last few months, that when he would walk into a room where there is business to be done, his very first question was, do you have something to drink? To everyone in the room, his staff included, have they fed you? And if not, it was immediately, all right, we got to get some food in here. This is what's good. Here's what I think you should eat, before actually getting down to doing the work. And I think that's really both what I've experienced in my own version of some of the things that you guys have talked about is really what a caring person he is. The other misconception that the media tells you is that it's very hard to work with him and for him, because he's not going to listen to anybody, and he's only going to do what he wants to do. I've experienced the exact opposite, that when sitting with a group of people, he's asking sincere questions, and he's listening to those answers. And I even found that he was asking questions sometimes to test someone in the room to see if they were just telling him what he wanted to hear, what they thought he wanted to hear, or are they actually going to tell him the truth, even though that answer may be an answer that disagrees with his view or his position. And to me, that can be rare in leaders at any level, who really do want to know, how do you really feel? Tell me why you think the way that you do, so that he can make the best informed decision. Obviously, he's going to make the decision that he feels is best for the country and that feels right for him. But I found him to be incredibly collaborative and encouraging people, always asking, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What if we do this? What if we do that? And I have really grown to respect him tremendously. I kind of came and endorsed him because I believe in his policies, but really getting to know him as a person, I love being around him. I really love working with him, and I really respect his approach and leadership style. I've been around a lot of leaders, both in politics as well as in the military, who have shown me what a bad leader is and how not to be. I've experienced the exact opposite with President Trump. And I think the last thing I'll say on this that is really important is the fact that he has assembled a team of people in this campaign, not only to help him get elected, but to help him govern after we get him elected, from all different backgrounds. Doesn't matter your political party, doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree on every issue. When you have Elon Musk and Bobby Kennedy and myself and Danica Patrick and so many other people coming together, he is demonstrating this unifying leadership that I know that people across the country are so hungry for, who are tired of the extremes and the partisan bickering and it's blue team versus red team. President Trump is saying this is about America. It's about all of us coming together and recognizing we're not going to agree on everything, nor should we. We can have and must have this vibrant debate and discourse of ideas on how we best solve the challenges that we face. The thing that we need to come together around are the fundamental principles of our founding documents, our God-given rights and freedoms enshrined in the Constitution, and stand firmly together as Americans on that ground, and together committed toward this mission of serving the American people and making this country, yes, great again, and as Danica said, greater than it's ever been.
But Tulsi, when you brought up the food, he does ask always if, like, do you have something to drink? Do you have some food? He's also such a dad sometimes that I forget.
That's true.
Anytime I'm anywhere with him and I'm departing in a different way, if he knows somebody else is driving me in their car, he's always like, okay, you make sure she gets where she's going. And if he knows that Eric and I are driving ourselves, he'll go, okay, make sure you drive slow, honey, okay? I'm like, God, he's still such a dad. I love it. It's very endearing.
Indeed.
You know, I know he was giving people jobs, and he actually offered me one when I met him the other night. He's like, we need to get you a job. I was like, whoa, we're moving really fast here. But I'd be okay with some sort of like deputy of transportation, adjust some speed limits maybe. Using your blinker, that's an option, right? Yield signs instead of stop signs, I don't know. I could just drive him around too, that's fine.
I think you're qualified for that job.
We probably
We'll
could
have to
use
talk
a new
to Secret
Secret
Service director. You could be the Secret Service director and make sure he gets somewhere safe, right?
Well, he
We need
definitely
one of
wouldn't
those.
have what happened at Butler happen if it was me.
I think you'd fix that place, wouldn't you?
I'd just be the getaway car. Let's just keep it simple. Let's stay in my wheelhouse.
Well, I think we should go down and give our closing argument, starting with you, Danica, about why everyone should get out and vote for President Trump. So take it away.
You know, it's something Laura said earlier. It's that he doesn't need this job. He wants this job. Look how many years he's put into this and coming back again. He cares about people. He cares about you. He cares about this country. I mean, how can you not when he's built the wealth and the prestige and the reputation that he has? Don't forget, everybody did love him, right? Even Rosie O'Donnell.
True.
So really, I think that is the thing that hits home. That's why he's the man for the job, because he wants this job. He doesn't need this job. And if somebody is willing to stand in the line of fire willingly after getting shot, then that's the person that you want standing up for you. They always say, like, you want the person next to you, want somebody that you could go to war with. You could go to war with him. And on top of it, he'll end the wars, because there was no new wars with him either. And then we can maybe keep some of that money back here and take care of like certain things that happen in Maui with the fire, or Asheville with the hurricane. That's the stuff that we need that money for. So end wars, but he's the one you want to go to war with, because he's the one that's going to stand up for you because he cares about you.
To me, the most important qualification that we should look for in any leader who's asking to be a public servant, but especially in the President of the United States, is that they're looking out for the American people first. We've seen over the last 4 years under the Harris-Biden regime that they are looking out for everyone else but the American people. We've talked a lot about many different examples of how that's the case. But what I appreciate about President Trump's leadership, and this is a message that Bobby Kennedy and I have been traveling across the country and sharing with voters who may not have voted for Donald Trump before, who may have been lifelong Democrats, people who have never voted before in their lives and are looking for a reason why they should vote for President Trump. The leadership that he has displayed, not only as president in this country on every metric, proving a record of success, comparing and contrasting with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's record of failure, he has proven that he is a leader and a president who's actually bringing our country together, who has the courage to stand up against the Washington swamp elite establishment, the neocons and the warmongers and the military-industrial complex. He is willing to stand up to anyone that he needs to have our back, to put the interests of the American people first. This is the kind of change that we need in our country right now. And to me, this is the kind of change that can truly be transformational and that can reignite that spark in the hearts of so many people who feel unheard, who feel left behind, who feel hopeless, that this is our time to ensure we have a government of, by, and for the people, and that we have a president who's looking out for us.